Most people have heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. However, I think there's another step to it. It's not what you know or who you know, it's how well you know them. And that's what we're going to explore in today's video on what is the importance of networking in business, because it's about developing those relationships. In today's video, we're going to talk about networking because it's so many things. There's so much that can go into networking, and it is about more than just attending networking events. Now, we will also do a little bit of clarification because I believe there's a difference between networking and referral marketing, though people often use those two phrases interchangeably. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how networking is kind of like dating, though I'm not saying hit on people when you go networking. It just gives us an opportunity to develop those relationships in a business setting versus in a personal setting. So let's talk a little bit about networking and building your network. To me, having a network, these are all of the people that you know, not just the people that you've met at events. This could be the people that grew up down the street from you, that you went to church with from high school, from college. It could be the gal in your yoga class with you or the guys on your hockey team. Your network is made up of all of the different people that know you. And we like to call, in a sense of your network, affectionately your IRS, which is your information, your referral, and your support network. So there are people out there that can help you with information, giving you ideas. There are people out there that can be really great at passing you referrals. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I actually have a whole slew of videos under a playlist called MORE Referrals. And then lastly, the third is our support network. And these are people that can help us out. They offer us support to help make things happen in our world. Now, we've got all of these people that we know from all over, and we do have to develop relationships. So our question is, what's the importance in networking in business? And a big part of that is developing relationships. We have to get people to know, like, and trust us. So the know is the beginning. We like to call this visibility, where people know who you are and what you do. Hopefully they remember your name. Credibility is when they begin to like you. They're learning a little bit more about you. They often turn to third parties to help build that credibility. And when the business happens, when the referrals happens, that's going to be at profitability, when people begin to trust you. And so part of the importance in networking is not, again, just who you know, it's how well you know them. Can you pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, it's Tiffany, I have a favor for you? A favor to ask of you. If the answer is no, then you probably don't know them as well as you may hope. And so you can't expect them to be a client or to give you referrals if you don't have that kind of relationship with them. So we do have to develop the relationships. In the last part of today's video, we'll talk about how developing your business relationships can be kind of like dating. We posed this question, what is the importance of networking in business, to Referrals for Life community members. And Mercedes Bunce had this to share.
Most of our best clients are those that were referred to us, that people that we know, like, and trust. So that is a long-term sustainable way to grow your business. So how do you get to know those people? You invest time in developing relationships with people in different networks so that they know, like, and trust you and refer their loved ones, their friends, their neighbors, their coworkers to you.
Thanks so much, Mercedes. And now we actually are going to hear from another one of our Referrals for Life community members, Eric. And this idea of networking isn't just attending networking events.
The importance of networking in your business, I think it is the key way to build your business, is by networking and getting yourself out there, and remembering that networking is so much more than just going to one different group or one group at a time. It's really everywhere, whether you're working or spending time at home. There could be these referral and networking opportunities no matter where you are. And I think that's the key way to build a successful business.
So you can be networking all the time. There's a book called Truth or Delusions by Dr. Ivan Misner and Mike Macedonio. And it takes a look at some of networking biggest myths. And the truth or delusion is you can network anytime, anywhere, even at a funeral. And the book says it is a truth. You can network anytime, anywhere. And I thought this was a little flippant, maybe, but like I get you can network anywhere. But then one time my husband went to a funeral and came home with an order. I was like, And if you've ever met my husband, Rob, if you haven't, he's amazing. He is the least salesy person that you have ever met. He is not a salesperson. He's not going there with the intention of let me find business. And I don't think you can go to a funeral with the intention of finding business, but I think you can be open to having conversations with people, giving them the opportunity to learn more about who you are and what you do. I mean, yes, you can do a ton of networking at networking groups like the Chamber, BNI, Rotary, and I've got all kinds of videos on that kind of networking. But I think that if you think about it, back in the day in the office, you'd hang out around the water cooler to catch up to see what was going on. People, back in the day before even the office buildings would hang around the well or would hang out at church or the farmers meeting. It was an opportunity for people to come together. So I think we can network in even these individual casual conversations. And I think that online now gives us a huge opportunity to do some networking, to build some of these relationships. Now, you do have to be careful. Know that anything that you put out there in the social media world will be out there forever and ever, even if you delete it like 2 seconds later. Somebody could have screenshot it, somebody could share it, you never know. So we want to be careful with what you put out there. Though I do think it's an opportunity for you to build that know and like with people, because they can see you, they can see what you're doing, they can begin to get a picture of what it is that you have going on in your business world. Let's talk a little bit about networking versus referral marketing. Because I think a lot of times, especially when people are in a growth mode in their business, they want more in their business. They think about, let me go grow my business by referral. And so they pop out, let me go to a bunch of networking events. I think that networking and referral marketing go together, but I don't think they're the exact same thing. To me, I'm going networking to meet people. Like if I'm going to a specific networking event, my goal is to book a meeting from the meeting. I want to begin to have those conversations. Whereas referral marketing is about who are the relationships that I develop of people that can pass me referrals all day, every day. And so I think like we go networking and we meet the people, and then we develop those relationships so that we can get the referrals. I think referral marketing needs to be renamed relationship marketing. It's about the relationships that we have with people. And so oftentimes I think about, let me go to a networking event so I can meet the people to potentially develop those referrals from. Now, if I'm looking to get referrals today, I don't know that I'm going to go to a networking event with people that I've never met before, though. My eTiffanie, that's your epiphany from Tiffanie, is think about who in your network you already are at that know, like, and trust with. Get them, talk to them, ask them for the referrals because they know you and are willing to trust you. Whereas if you just go to a networking event, you meet somebody for the very first time, maybe not. Now, if you are looking for more referrals, I do have a program called just that, MORE Referrals, 5 Steps to Referral Success. I will leave the link down in the description below if you want to click and sign up for that 5-week program for free to help get you more referrals. Now, when it comes to networking, Dr. Ivan Misner, who's the author of the book I mentioned earlier, Truth or Delusion, he likes to say it's not net sit or net eat, it's net work. And so if you want to create results from your network, you're going to have to actually spend some time working it. Which brings me to my last conversation as we talk about how networking is like dating. Because if we think about our romantic relationships, we meet somebody, we get to know them a little bit, we meet their friends to hear how they are, and we just build on the relationship. And I think people are used to that in our romantic relationships, but your business relationships, whether it's with a client, whether it's with a vendor, whether it's with a referral source, which is what I'm all about, it's the same kind of thing. We have to move our relationships from this know, like, to trust. And so we have to do it. And so very rarely am I going to go on a first date and expect to get married. Just like you want to go on have a first meeting with somebody in the business world and expect them to hand you a bunch of referrals. Except people do expect that. People go to networking events. I've never met you before. Hey, buy from me. Hey, refer me. We've got to take the time to get to know people, to develop that relationship. That's going to be the power of networking. That's going to be how it's going to make the difference for us when we're building our business. I am curious to know, so do me a favor and in the comments below, let us know what is the importance of networking in business in your mind. And I look forward to reading your comments and learning from you. And hopefully you got a good tip or two from here.
Thank you so very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to get updates when we have new content coming out. And I love when you like and comment below. Let us know how you're going to use today's information.